Hello everyone, this is your host Urvashi Chauhan. Welcome to Courts Today by Live Law, your one-step destination to all legal developments in the country. Let us start. Starting with a very important update, the Supreme Court has today granted interim bail to Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal. Kejriwal, as you know, was arrested in March by the Enforcement Directorate in the Delhi liquor policy case. He is currently in judicial custody till 1st June. The bench of Justices Sanjeev Khanna and Dipankar Datta noted that the liquor policy case was registered in August 2022 and Kejriwal was arrested only in March this year after nearly 1.5 years. His plea challenging the arrest was rejected by the trial court and the Delhi High Court, after which he approached the Supreme Court. During the hearing last week, the bench had shown an inclination to consider the question of interim bail for Kejriwal in view of the Lok Sabha elections. There was vehement opposition to the grant of interim bail by Solicitor General Tushar Mehta and Additional Solicitor General S.V. Raju. They argued that the Enforcement Directorate had evidence against Kejriwal and election campaigning should not be the criteria for considering grant of interim bail. The bench had observed that it was dealing with the case of an elected chief minister and not a habitual offender, and that the general elections take place only once in 5 years. The bench also orally suggested that if interim release was directed, Kejriwal would not be allowed to perform official duties, as that would have a cascading effect. Today, the Solicitor General Tushar Mehta submitted that Amritpal Singh, detained under the National Security Act over Khalistani activities, has also approached the court for bail to contest in elections. He stated that grant of bail to Kejriwal on the grounds of elections would create a cascading effect. But the bench said that Amritpal Singh's case was something different. While granting interim bail till 1st June, the court also imposed certain conditions, such as Kejriwal shall not visit the office of the Chief Minister and the Delhi Secretariat. He will not make any comment with regard to his role in the present case, and that he will not interact with any of the witnesses. For more details on this case, please visit livelaw.in. In the next important update, the Supreme Court today disposed of former Jharkhand Chief Minister Hemant Soren's plea challenging his arrest by the Enforcement Directorate as infructuous in view of the Jharkhand High Court's dismissal of his petition seeking the same relief. The Supreme Court issued notice on Soren's petition on 29th April. The High Court delivered the judgment on 3rd May, dismissing his challenge to the ED arrest. Following that, Soren filed a fresh SLP challenging the High Court's judgment. Today, the bench comprising Justices Sanjeev Khanna and Dipankar Datta stated that the petition has become infructuous or pointless since the High Court has delivered the verdict. The bench stated that Soren would be at liberty to raise all contentions in the second petition, that is the SLP, which is coming up next week. Coming to a short update on the case from Muzaffarnagar, which revolves around an incident where a teacher at a school allegedly asked her students to slap a student and allegedly uttered communal slurs against him. Following the incident, a PIL was filed seeking a proper and time-bound investigation into the incident. The bench of Justices Abhay S. Oak and Ujjal Bhuya was informed that the charge sheet in this case had been filed. The court then directed the state of Uttar Pradesh to nominate an appropriate senior IPS officer for conducting the prosecution properly. During today's hearing, the court indicated that it would like to take up the issue concerning compliance with the right to education on the next hearing date. The Association for Democratic Reforms has filed an application in the Supreme Court seeking to direct the Election Commission of India to publish the absolute numbers of votes polled immediately. ADR states that in the ongoing Lok Sabha elections, the Election Commission published the voter turnout data of phases after several days. The data regarding the first phase of polling, which held on 19th April, was published after 11 days. And the second phase of polling, held on 26th April, was published after 4 days. Also, there was a variation of over 5% in the final voter turnout data from the initial data released on the polling day. ADR states that the ECI's refusal to release the absolute number of votes polled, coupled with the unreasonable delay in release of the votes polled data, has led to apprehensions in the minds of the electorate. And in order to uphold the voters' confidence, it is necessary that the ECI be directed to disclose on its website scanned legible copies of the account of votes recorded within 48 hours of the close of polling. The Supreme Court today upheld the decision of the Jharkhand High Court granting bail to a construction firm partner who was booked by the National Investigation Agency under the UAPA for allegedly funding the banned organization CPI Maoist. Last year, the NIA attached 152 bank accounts and a mutual fund account containing more than 20 crore belonging to a firm and its different partners under the UAPA. It was alleged by the NIA that the appellant, that is Mrityunjay Kumar Singh, had a close nexus with top CPI Maoist cadres and provided cash to them for furtherance of Maoist activities. However, an explanation was provided by the appellant as regards the recovery of the huge amount of money from his house. He stated that he runs a road construction company and that the infusion of capital into the business would not lead to a conclusion that the terror funds were being channelized. The High Court had granted him bail after coming to the conclusion that a prima facie no case under UAPA was made out. The bench of Justices P.S. Narasimha and Arvind Kumar agreed with the High Court but granted liberty to NIA to seek cancellation of bail if any of the bail conditions were misused. In another update, the Supreme Court today upheld the demolition drive of Lucknow Development Authority against unauthorized constructions in the Akbarnagar area of Lucknow city. While doing so, the top court clarified that no slum dweller should be evicted without being given alternative accommodation. The Development Authority passed demolition orders with respect to Akbarnagar area, citing illegal construction on Kukrel's riverbed and banks. The Kukrel riverbed merges with River Gomti, which supplies drinking water to nearly entire Lucknow. The authority's case was that the slum dwellers over a long period of time unauthorizedly occupied banks of the water channel, raised disputed constructions and converted the riverbed into an urban open sewer. The Allahabad High Court held that the petitioners did not have any documents or title and their claim was based upon adverse possession. The Supreme Court, while agreeing with the High Court, said that the dwellers will not be removed without alternative accommodation being allotted to them. It further said that, however, once alternative accommodation is allotted, they must hand over vacant possession to the Lucknow Development Authority, and in case they fail to do so, the LDA will be entitled to take action as per law. A Delhi court today framed sexual harassment charges against BJP MP and former WFI chief Brij Bhushan Singh with respect to 5 women wrestlers. The BJP lawmaker has been accused of sexual harassment by women wrestlers. The alleged incidents of sexual harassment are said to have occurred between the year 2016 and 2019 at the WFI office, at Singh's official residence and also abroad. Additional Chief Metropolitan Magistrate Priyanka Rajput of Rouse Avenue courts found sufficient material on record to frame charges against Singh for the offence of outraging modesty of women and sexual harassment. Last month, his application seeking further investigation in the case and for making further submissions on framing of charges was dismissed. Let me tell you, presently Singh is out on bail in the case along with co-accused Vinod Tomar. And lastly, an update in the matter of the veterinary student's death in Kerala. Siddharthan was a second-year Bachelor of Veterinary Science and Animal Husbandry student. He allegedly committed suicide in February because of ragging and brutal assault from the college students. The accused persons forcefully took Siddharthan in a partially naked state to the courtyard of the men's hostel and continued to assault and humiliate him before everyone. The Central Bureau of Investigation has now submitted its final report in this matter, naming 19 students as accused. The CBI had taken over the investigation in the matter after the orders by the court. The final report of the CBI stated that the anti-ragging squad of the college submitted a report to the police after their inquiry concluding that Siddharthan was subjected to brutal physical assault and public trial by some of his classmates and seniors. The CBI final report stated that the accused persons were agitated that Siddharthan misbehaved with a girl during the preparation of Valentine's Day's celebrations in the college. The report further stated that the accused persons called him to the hostel, questioned him regarding his alleged misbehavior, and brutally assaulted him in the hostel room. After the assault, Siddharthan was found hanging in the bathroom of the dormitory of men's hostel. The students implicated as accused in the case have approached the Kerala High Court seeking bail. Around 10 bail applications have been considered by the court today. Justice Johnson John has posted the matter for hearing on 14th May. Stay tuned. If you wish to know more details about the cases I mentioned here, you can visit our website at www.livelaw.in. Stay ahead with quick legal updates only on Live Law. Do not forget to like, share and subscribe and support us. You can also support us by donating through the thanks button at the bottom of our videos or consider becoming a member at just 89 rupees per month.